Warning, this video may contain spoilers for the TV show or movie that we discuss in this video. If you have not yet watched the TV show or movie that this video is about, please come back to the video at a later time after you have watched the content that was discussed. You have been warned. How's it going, everybody? This is Rob of Novakast, back with another video, and in this video we're actually going to be talking about the OVA for Oh My Goddess. Now, right off the bat, I should mention the fact that this show is based off a Japanese comic book or manga that has been serialized since September of 1988, and it is a sort of comedy, romance, fantasy type thing where you have an individual who is literally, for his entire life, a source of bad luck, is given a chance at happiness when a goddess by the name of Belldandy ends up going to his residence and giving him one wish, which he ends up wishing for her to be by his side forever. At least that's one of the versions of the wish, depending on which version of the show or manga you're looking at. You have the manga, you have the OVA, and then you have the TV series that came years after, and then the movie, which I will talk about those eventually. But I want to talk about this because OVAs I've always considered as kind of standalone type of scenarios, and I think usually with these sort of scenarios, they don't follow the initial setup for the comic book or the manga, so to speak. In fact, sometimes I sometimes think that the manga, or sorry, not the manga, but the TV series for the original Full Metal Alchemist show that came out in of itself is kind of like an OVA, since it didn't follow the initial storyline for the manga, but did its own thing because the manga was still coming out. Heck, a lot of shows are, to that extent, kind of in the same deal. Now, I guess the question, though, is, as a standalone 5-episode OVA, does this, work out? Or does it do its own thing in a good way? To some extent, or at least for the most part, yeah, it does. I mean, it follows the tale of, Keiichi and Belldandy, at least in the 5-episode thing, where it's just quick, sweet episodes that are kind of episodic in some sense. We get introduced to a couple of characters, although some characters that are brought up in the intro are never seen, which, kind of sucks, and you would only know about those characters unless you read the manga, or in the future, again, as I pointed out, the future show, you would actually see those characters. But when it comes down to this, it's a tight cast, and you only see certain characters within certain episodes. Now, I will say, with this episode, or at least this series, they really, really try to make it seem like there's a reason why, or at least try to add more to the relationship between Keiichi and Belldandy. And I have to point out again, since this is an OVA, they change a lot for this series. It's especially something that goes against what they did for the manga. And you know what, to some extent, especially with it being its own standalone thing, I actually liked the change. I actually thought it was interesting. It did seem like they were trying to make it seem like, okay, maybe this wasn't supposed to happen, but it did, in a sort of way. That everything just worked out the way it should be. and I don't want to go into details because I will be doing the episode reactions for you guys after this review. But all in all, it was a really nice TV series. Short, sweet, and you know what? The characters are adorable. Some of the music I really liked that was used in this, although not a lot, but it was really good. The characters, or at least some of the characters, for the short period of time, don't get a lot of, I guess, screen time. I will say this, because like I said, it's a 5-episode. You're not going to get a lot of screen time with certain characters. So, in case people are wondering my final thoughts, though, yeah, I'm going to have to give this, honestly, this is one of those ones that I don't want to sound like I'm overselling it, but for those people to watch it, like, the only way you could actually watch it at this point is probably to buy it or see if it's on YouTube. I have seen a couple of channels where the OVA is on YouTube, so either it's a toss-up between buy it or see it on YouTube/Netflix. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can follow us on social media. Links are in the description, as well as check out MJ, Aden, and Magi on their gaming stuff on Twitch as well as YouTube. Follow some of our other content daily, as well as check out our podcast every Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.